Hello and welcome back. Thank you for joining us for back 9 of round 2 at Newcastle Disc Golf for the Canadian Championships. We have Rebecca Dawn, Chantel Budinsky, Alex Poletto, and Paige Pierce on our card today. There are 13 ladies in the field today, and these 4 are our lead card. We're going to start off the back 9 with hole 10. 95 meters, 311 feet here at Newcastle Disc Golf Course in Newcastle, Ontario. This is another par 4 that you don't think a par 4 will be this short, but it's because of how many trees are on this course. This course does play in the middle of a ball golf course, and you're playing through the forests that weave through the course. This first fairway is long and not exactly super straight. You want really anything that you can to try and just get through here cleanly. The gaps are pretty narrow. And you want to try and get up here to just then chip something into the fairway or get something up there that you can have a good long look for a birdie or possibly even an eagle. Paige Pierce is going to start us off.
Oh, back door.
Yeah.
I love it.
She's asking for a back door and kind of gets it.
Yeah, she didn't hit a single tree.
This camera angle really does show how hard this hole is, because you can just see how skinny that gap is. And Chantel tries to squeak through.
Yeah.
It looks like Rebecca is making it, but just gets a late tree.
Go. Get it. Oh my goodness.
And Alex, it looked like she might get lucky there and just nicks a tree and gets sent off. Beautiful recovery shot from Chantel. Just doesn't hit anything. Nice flex forehand. Alex trying to get around trees and hits other ones. This is such a hard course for being so short. Rebecca getting a huge flare skip towards the green. It's great. Alex trying to straddle and force an Annie. Throws it up and goes long into the OB. There is OB surrounding this green here. Paige just perfectly lacing this. What a beautiful shot. And Alex just sinking her bogey putt from downtown. That's twice that she saved a bogey from outside, like deep in circle 2. And a beautiful birdie from Paige. And another beautiful birdie from Chantel. 3 birdies on the card, all getting them kind of differently. Hole 10 was a little easier than par on the day. There was 7 birdies, so that's just on there was 13 players, so that's just over half of the players getting a birdie. It played at 3.62. So hole 11 here is called Why Not, because there is a left path and a right path. Not a super long par 3, but not an easy par 3, because again, there's a lot of trees. It's 69 meters, 225 feet, and you can, like I said, go left or right. Which Paige is trying to confirm. She looks at the left path and then decides to go with the right, which is the more common path. Claps from the green, telling her it's a good shot. Chantel also throws cleanly. little early. Gets a tree at the end. Alex with a great drive. Becca trying to sink one from like 60 feet and just misses, but hits the backstop. Chantel cleaning up her par. Rebecca cleaning up her par. What a beautiful drive from Alex. Getting that within 5 feet, but it just didn't compare to what Paige did with her drive, leaning up against the pin there. That really is, from these two ladies, how you want to play this. Just a nice pushing hyzer that goes without pushing too far and fades right in towards the basket. Hole 11 did play again, under par 2.77. Hole 12 is 59 meters, though. It's 194 feet. This one's called Tunnel Vision because of this little eye-shaped hole they've got. And it is a hard hole. It doesn't feel like it, but you need just something that's just going to slightly turn with a backhand and then fade out straight. It's just a long, straight shot. And the gap is probably actually like 3 feet wide. And Paige just showing you how to play this. Just a perfect shot. Alex making it to the tunnel, but just a little down and early. Chantel going for the forehand, but goes basically the same place as Alex. And Rebecca also being a little early. Beautiful backdoor shot from Alex here, up to the basket. Becca trying to straddle, flex forehand. It just fades out at the end. Now, Chantel got a good skip off the ground, pushed herself into a spot where she is going to try and putt this with a little step putt. She's probably at 50 feet.
Good run.
And just misses the basket. Alex's shot went past the basket to the right. So she's giving herself a look, but it's not an easy look with all these trees on the green. Once again, I feel like I just keep saying that every hole. There's a lot of trees on the greens. So a lot of times, even though you're in this circle, you don't have a open look. Off the band. Oh, that hurts. Paige showing why she's a world champ 5 times. With just these beautiful drives. Gets the left side chains. That's a lot of chains, but just on the weak side there, and it decides to spit her out. Beautiful putt from Rebecca. Confident, driven, level. It's so good watching her putt and watching her throw. I really like watching Rebecca. A bogey from Alex, par from the rest of the card. Hole 12, there was only one birdie on the day, and that birdie comes to us from Alexis Kerman. Shout out to you. Not an easy hole, but not overly difficult. Came out at 3.15, so just over par. Hole 13, 71 meters, 233 foot par 3. Once again, tunnel shot through the trees. Once you get out of the trees, you need something that is going to turn left. This seems to be the story time and again of this course. This hole is no exception. Now, the green does drop down. So you get up to this spot. The green drops down, and you have a hanging basket. So that basket is actually 6 feet, give or take, a couple inches off the ground where the top of the cage is. So not an easy green, but it is open.
Farther.
Paige wanted just a little more distance out of it, but she keeps clean.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful drive from Chantel.
Hello. Oh gosh.
Rebecca is just a little, hyzer's a little early, hits those last trees of this first drive. And a good shot from Alex there. So Rebecca now having to try and make something happen with this. She tries to do a flex forehand. Paige looking at probably a 45-foot putt here into the hanging basket. Hits chains and just doesn't get in. Rebecca taking her third shot now. Again, hits chains, but just right through. Alex just outside the circle. Just past the basket. Chantel, we missed a putt from Chantel here, but she puts it in for her par. Tricky footing for Alex with where her disc was up against this tree, and she's trying to find out how she can fit around this tree to make her putt. There it is, getting her par. And Rebecca saving the bogey. And then a nice little easy par putt from Paige. I shouldn't say easy. I did miss that par putt myself on my round.
Oh, I gotta slow it down. Swinging.
So hole 13 did come in over par, 3.23 with one birdie on the day, courtesy of Sophia Donachie from British Columbia. Shout out to another Canadian. We are now at cliffhanger, 110 meters, 363 foot par 4. Really, you want something that's going to come up just past these trees and kind of just land in this area where you see people are. You can't go too far because there is a creek and they have OB. You can see the stakes, and then it is OB past this cliff. And that's why it's called cliffhanger, and you got to make it up the hill. If you don't make your first shot and that goes OB, then you have to go to the red tee pad for a drop zone. If you don't make your second shot, there is a drop zone tee pad up on the hill. But hopefully none of our ladies are going to have to do that. And then it's just try and push up those trees to get to the basket at the top of the hill. It is quite the climb. Paige, beautiful shot. Just a little bit on the right side, but it's open there.
Oh, no, it's great. Perfecto.
Perfect.
Chantel getting a good shot up to the green. It's not a long first drive here, so you do have to, you can see these ladies kind of trying to power down a little bit because you don't want to put too much whip on it and end up being deep and OB. So now you have two plays. You can either do what Paige is trying to do and go way up over everything, or you can try and push towards the edge of the OB and take your third shot up the hill. Paige hits a tree, comes OB. She's going to have to go to the drop zone up on the hill. Alex looking at that gap, thinking she's going to fight the wind, but just comes a little early, hits trees, goes down into the water. Now where Rebecca is, this is probably the best spot that you can be. I mean, almost right where the other pin normally is, where you can see those rocks are. That is like the ideal landing position. Just a little early. Once again, it hits branches. Your OB. Third person that's going to have to go up to that drop zone. Chantel sends it a little high.
Do we have someone that'll grab those, or?
There was someone that grabbed the discs for them. The course is really good about having somebody there. But that is 4 shots that have to go.
I was
to
thinking
the
it was the
OB.
order we just threw that in.
Oh,
Okay, that would make
That
sense.
second shot there.
So they confirm the order. Alex going to shoot second off this drop zone. Beautiful shot from Alex. Just parking this. Late tree from Rebecca, but she's up the hill. Chantel hitting a tree and getting a really bad kick. She came really far back down the hill again. Hits the same tree. Almost throws it in from deep. So did Rebecca. Here we are. Bogey saves from Alex and Paige with a double bogey from Rebecca and a triple bogey from Chantel. Hole 14, cliffhanger, was the hardest hole on the course, averaging at 6.23, 2.23 strokes over par. Very hard hole. Getting a double bogey is average. So the bogeys from Paige and Alex were actually kind of treated like par, like a birdie. There was no birdies. There was no eagles on that hole. Hole 15, 47 meters, 154 feet. This is kind of a big C shape where you have to throw up the hill to then come down the hill to where the basket is mounted inside of an old stump. It's very short hole as the crow flies, but you do kind of have to play it like a C, throwing up first. You're gonna either see a backhand like Paige, turning backhand. She hits a late tree. You never know where the disc is gonna end up on this hole, though. It is kind of blind. Oh, and that's kind of the feeling on this hole. Alex throws it, and she's like, yay! And then around the corner, hits a tree. And again, you don't know what's going to happen. You kind of have to wait till you get up there. Becca's disc just kind of drops at the top of the fairway.
Yeah.
There we are.
And Chantel with the only drive to not hit a tree.
Oh.
Becca's shot does like kind of flash past the basket. Alex's tree hit just kind of dropped her on the fairway. She's got this little spruce in her way. And she just misses it, just over the spruce, but just short of the basket. Paige's tree pick gets her to a great spot where she is able to convert onto a birdie, bring herself to a -4 on the round. Alex cleaning up her par. Chantel getting herself a great drive. Bringing herself within probably 20 feet. Getting a birdie. Rebecca cleaning up her par. This hole averaged just over par with 3.15. Only 2 birdies on the day, both of which we saw with Paige Pierce and Chantel Budinsky. Very well played, bringing us to hole 16, Guardyloo Gulch, 59 meters, 192 feet. You are throwing over this gulch, which is all OB up until this stick wall here. There is a drop zone to try and make it up to this protected basket. This is a straight shot. Don't need a lot of distance at 190 feet, but it's just what can you get there straight.
Oh yeah.
Be nice.
Oh
That's
yeah,
great.
great kick.
Kicks just a little forward and uphill. Hitting those last trees, protecting the basket on the right.
She looks good. Okay.
Chantel hits some trees, but lands safe. Alex is safe, but hits first trees on the right, kicks her off into the early left. She is inbounds, but not in a good position.
Yeah, good shot.
Yep.
And Rebecca
Alright.
just throws it
Gap.
into the bullseye. Perfect shot. Good second shot from Alex. Nice birdie from Chantel. Great putting. And beautiful drives from Paige and Rebecca, giving themselves nice, easy looks for their birdies. Alex is going to come in here and just clean up this par. Hole 16 did also play over par with a 3.31. There were 4 birdies on the day. We saw 3 of them, with the 4th coming from Sophia Donachie. Hole 17, 121 meters, par 4, 397 feet. This is another 400-foot par 4 on this hole, on this course, I should say. You start off throwing over OB, and then once you are over the OB line, there is no more OB. Even if your disc is wet, just play it casual relief. And you're trying to push anything. Most players are going to actually go more right of where the drone was flying. They're going to try and use the right side of the fairway a little bit more. Try and then come up here into this green, up to this basket. So here we have some chase cards. Sophia Donachie, she, on the first 2 days, got a triple bogey on hole 14, both at Project 15 and at Newcastle here. Hole 14 at Project 15 is what knocked her off of the lead card for day 2. So it's good to see her coming back with a bunch of birdies here to end this round. And you see Taylor Chokic saying, I'm not going to mess around with any trees and just throwing as far forward as possible. We have Paige.
Yeah.
Beautiful hyzer shot through the trees. So the OB line is about 15 feet in front of that railing that you see. Beautiful drive from Chantel, really far forward.
Wow.
Very clean from Rebecca.
That's great.
If you do go OB, you play it from the red tee pad, which is just up on that group, fairway on the left. And Alex hitting a tree, pulled it just a little bit, but she is inbounds. Second tree. Alex is just having one of those days that's so hard to come back from. And especially the crowd just wasn't on her side either a lot of times, where there was a lot of times that even if she did something good, they weren't really clapping for her or anything, and it wasn't helping the spirits. It's really unfortunate. Paige and Rebecca beautifully getting their discs up to the green. Chantel made it really far forward, but she is down at the bottom of this hill. Again, all inbounds, but trees to deal with. And completely blind. She couldn't even see the flag, but just a beautiful upshot there into the green. And a nice birdie from Rebecca. Such a good putter. Paige responding with a birdie of her own. Bringing her to -6 on the round. Chantel getting herself a birdie, bringing a turkey to get rid of that triple bogey she'd had. So, hole 17, average just under par at 0.08. So 3.92 was the average, 0.08 under. There was 6 birdies on the round, so half of the field once again getting a birdie. Hole 18, 141 meters, 463 feet. This is a par 4 for the ladies today. And this first drive is pretty open. There is OB on the left with the ball golf. There is this Mando that you have to stay right of. And once you're over the hill, the OB kind of starts to come in and close in the fairway. And finally, this green. You have it's a very nice finishing hole with the Mando and a good spot for a gallery. You can see up on the front of the hill a bunch of people standing there watching, waiting for these lead card ladies to come in and finish their round. Paige Pierce
I missed it. Four.
drives and just misses the Mando. Kind of going, she's yelling 4 at the gallery of like, watch out, here comes the disc. So she's going to have to take it from the drop zone at the top of the hill.
Push.
Chantel beautifully corrects.
Yeah.
And just,
Perfect.
what a beautiful drive
Great
she
shot.
had here. Disc driving just straight down the middle of that fairway, past the Mando. Becca just slightly overturns her disc, stands up just a little too much, goes on the trees on the right-hand side. Alex's disc is just a little bit low, but such a perfect aim. It's in a great position. Paige having to take from the drop zone here beside the Mando. Turns backhand right into the green. Beautiful shot. Rebecca getting a little bit creative. Bouncing it off the trees. Alex is a beautiful forehand right into the green. Chantel's disc was short of this OB line, so this is her second shot. It was just such a good drive that she had. She was wide open there for her look into the green. Her second shot. Rebecca testing one from downtown, just a little bit short. See the wind just suddenly picks up here. You can see it on her shirt. You can hear it in the microphone. Just lifts her disc just a little bit.
Now that I'm here, it doesn't look like.
Nice birdie to end the round, bringing her to 4 straight birdies. -1 on the day. Par from Rebecca Dawn, bringing her to -3 on the day, -12 total. Par from Paige Pierce with a hot round at -6, bringing her down to -7 for the day. And a par from Alexandra Poletto, +8 on the day. Unfortunate round for her, but a great round for us to watch. Thank you so much for joining us with this round 2 coverage from Newcastle Disc Golf in Newcastle, Ontario. Please join us in the next video for round 3 coverage of the Canadian Championships, the final day at Oat Goat in Port Hope, Ontario. Thank you so much for watching.